Let's square up the worldview. Now that homophobic Bolsonaro is gone, anti-LGBTQ plus slurs become punishable by law in Brazil. A historic 9-1 decision by the Brazilian Supreme Federal Court ruled that homophobia is a crime punishable by jail time. Justice Edson Fachin, the lead judge on the case, said that protecting LGBTQ plus Brazilians under the court of law was a constitutional imperative. Brazil is one of the deadliest countries in the world for trans people, with at least 1,741 killed in the last 14 years. Dissenting Judge Cristiano Zanin argued that recognizing homophobic slurs on the same foundation as a crime of racial injury is unnecessary, but he was ultimately overruled by his peers. This decision builds off of a previous decision made in 2019, making crimes driven by homophobia and transphobia similar to racist crimes. The protections also extend to individuals with HIV, pushing discrimination of individuals with HIV for 1 to 4 years in prison. Transgender lawmaker Erica Hilton celebrated the ruling by posting, quote, "victory against LGBT phobia," end quote, on social media. The Brazilian LGBTQ plus community is hopeful that this decision will stop deadly attacks against them and allow them to live authentically and safely. Post-ruling, one social media user expressed the emotion saying, quote, "I live to see such a decision. The movement continues," end quote. Congratulations to all LGBTQ plus Brazilians. This is absolutely incredible, especially for a country that is so dangerous for us, to even exist.
One of the top 10. Yeah.
So for the country to come out and their laws to be able to protect us makes it even better. And it's kind of very, a lot of hope for the future that politicians will come out and be like accepting of their people. Because at the end of the day, they're still Brazilians.
Of course. And let's be honest, Brazilians are hot. They deserve this. I mean, let's be real. They do, but how crazy is it that they're getting ahead of us when it comes to, when you think of Bolsonaro, when you think about like what Cal said, that, that was a country that we needed to be careful for and stuff like that. And now, now does this mean that also you can't call somebody the F word?
I don't know what it constitutes.
Because once you boys took that back, I haven't said it in years. And all of you are Fs.
No, I say it more and more now. It's actually insane. Yeah, it's really, really bad. But when I think of like Brazil, ever since the Olympics, and I found out about all the crime that they have there, like it's changed my perspective on Brazil. And I think that was probably like the tipping point for them, where they wanted to have a better reputation. And like the news, all that it showed was everything that was bad about Brazil. True. And now we have Drag Race. Now they're doing this, and it feels so much better. It's way more inviting. Like makes me want to now travel to Brazil when before I did not want to.
Are you saying, Jonathan, that literally Brazil changed their whole entire system because they wanted you to come visit?
Yes.
What a thirsty country.
Have you seen me?
Macho Bear, baby, hitting Brazil.
I'm not sure, though, that this is really the rubber meeting the road yet. In 2019, they, as Cal said, they passed the law against violence, but even just last year, they were still quoted as the LGBTQ plus murder capital of the world. So, back to what Ty said in the beginning, it's great to have a law, but is it enforced? Is law enforcement in agreement with that's what's going to happen? Are judges in agreement with that's what's going to happen? So this is an exciting move, but nobody in Brazil should be resting on their laurels on this victory. There's a lot of work to be done.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ plus evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.